We've been working for 43 years here in Sarasota. I think I was in high school when I really got the bug, and I started seeing architectural pieces, specifically Falling Waters was my inspiration.
The fact that I was able to sit next to you for all those years and fall in love with actually the hand drawn aspect of uh, designing architecture. I think that's a legacy that's carried on to me through our partnership.
Every client always have had an idea of what they want. We're problem solvers. So the first question, really, the initial idea is, what's the problem? Because once you really have a better idea what the problem is, then it's easier to come up with a solution.
Having those first initial meetings, what's your expected time frame? What's your budget? What are you hoping to gain out of the project? Whether that's if we're working with a developer and that's building something that's what's best for the users that are going to be in that environment, uh, or if it's a personal home, what they're hoping to get out of living in that environment for the expected future.
With Suarez, first of all, the father and son team is great. Even, the interior design side of the firm is also, the sister. So that's really great because our school it has a very strong family focus. So we knew we needed a building because we didn't want to be at the mercy of a landlord. So we found about close to 6 acres in Newtown. The roots that they have in the community, specifically in the neighborhood we're building in Newtown, is just something that you can't put a price on.
We tried to present samples of other projects that we've done, or lighting, or other images that evoke feeling, so that when we are in the process of doing the design, we're trying to, again, steer towards that design aesthetic that they had in their mind.
We do include all those images of other projects or ideas that we have, so we can explore with the client the reaction that they will get.
Our first couple of meetings was them just asking us questions, and they put together this concept map. That's what drove the design of the middle school. Suarez is has been working in this town for so many years, and beyond just the amazing chops that they have in design, they can help us navigate some of the obstacles that happen just in the normal permitting process.
Architecture is all about the feeling that it evokes in people, and materials and textures, colors evoke reactions.
It's about how you are able to engage the human spirit in being part of the built environment that we design.
Our process is trying to get a lot of information from that client. That's where it all really starts, where you really create a development program for that project.
Javi is an artist. You can see all his beautiful designs. The use of color, it's very obvious. When you go to the office, you can immediately feel that there is artistry here.
We believe that collaboration and communication, that sharing of ideas between the whole team, and that close knit creates better projects. And that team approach is part of the way we operate. The client is part of that team. The essential part of it is the client, because what we do is respond to a need from the client.
We've done the Realtor Association Sarasota, Manatee County, their Bradenton campus. We've done a couple of high-end residences, co-residents.
Project I worked on with the Suarez team, I was president of the Realtor Association in 2022, and we wanted to construct a building for our Manatee County members of the Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee. What really attracted us to the Suarez team was their modern design of how they do things and some of the projects that they had been involved in. Working with the Suarez team was great. They really encapsulated what we were looking to try and do as far as a modern design, put it on paper, and then during the process, they brought all sorts of different types of products and samples to us so that we could choose what we wanted the building and finishes to look like. So this space here on Manatee Avenue in Bradenton really helps us connect with our Manatee County members. Prior to that, they were having to travel 45 minutes down to our Sarasota office on Cattleman Road. So this allows us to bring educational opportunities to our members up here, as well as social events and things like that to really service our members here in North County. It's a beautiful building. When we were doing the construction of it, the design, initially, we were going to only elevate the roof line of the auditorium to get more volume in the auditorium area for our educational opportunities and presentations and things like that. But then it was decided that we also wanted to raise the roof in the gathering area here in the front lobby to make it more welcoming and inviting so that we could have large groups assemble here before they went into the educational opportunity. So that it didn't feel so crowded with a low ceiling and things like that.
This idea that architectural firms either were design firms or service-oriented firms. And we have tried to merge that because, in my opinion, that's a fallacy. You could be a design firm, but you still owe that service to your client. And of course, the other thing we want people to know is our whole idea of this new shade of mother, and that's who we are. That comes out of our roots and how we respond to a project based on that.
With Suarez, the creativity is off the charts. So even within our limited budget, you can have a little bit of movement. It doesn't have to be a rectangular box. You can have, a little bit of texture, not just on the outside, but on the inside. You can have this, you can have a combination of not just primary colors like we have in our school, which is great, it's elementary, but this is a little bit more sophisticated.
The relationships that we're building with our clients are not transactional. I mean, we're doing long-term relationships. That in itself tells you sort of our approach to how we like to work with our clients as a friendly family, long-term relationship rather than, we're really doing one project and we're off to finding a new client.
A client has an idea in his mind or her mind of what they want, what their needs are, what the project should be. And for us to get the best solution to that is trying to understand what that need is. Reading their minds, that communication is important. And how we go about it is establishing relationships.
They're part of the family now. They're completely invested in our mission, in our project, in our community.
We like to think that, the schools we have done are conducive to learning. And I say to learning, not to teaching. Because in my opinion, there's always been a difference between that. And the school should be geared, obviously, to children learning.
I think we're really quite proud of the Sable Palm project that we did. It's now called the Seacoast Bank, and the way that it's become a landmark.
Well, the Suarez team is really a wonderful team to work with. They've got good eyes, good ears, and good thoughts. They listen to you which many architects don't. Many architects build what the architects want rather than what the client wants. But they won't let you overbuild, do something to the building which is too costly and will not be fiscally reasonable. They're doing what is best for you, that they're not building an edifice for themselves to show that this is what they can build. This space is very irregular space, and I always envisioned a triangle building. He came up with some concept designs, and they were just beautiful. They didn't need any correction. Well, I think for the tenants, it's easy. They just say, I'm on the triangle building on Ringling Boulevard, and everybody knows what they're talking about. So it's a very unique building that way. They don't have to give an address.
During the process, we felt like the Suarez team really had our backs. They really reached out to us whenever a question came up in dealing with the contractor or selecting items for the construction, and we really felt like they were with us all along the way to help us through the process and guide us, and including weekly meetings and everything.
We follow the construction by visiting the site, approving all the submittals, etc., and ensuring that our project is built according to our documentation.
When we walk through the space today, it just really, what gets our attention is just the volume of the building and how we were able to create something out of a pretty sad building that was here before. It's welcoming and homey, but it's also very professional and modern.
No, they're sort of my go-to architect. They're reliable, they're honest, they follow through, and I just highly recommend them.
We wanted our name to really be out there because it's a family-oriented firm, and we wanted really that to be part of what the firm's all about.
My passion is in the arts, as a fine artist myself, and so the arts are near and dear to our hearts.
So we believe that part of what we do is to be part of this community. We're community ingrained. They grew up here, he and his sister, and we really are part of this community. So, and by the way, there's part of my legacy right there in his art. So that for me is wonderful.